So very beautiful moment. Hopefully students, you are keeping safe at home. So welcome to today's lesson. So remember that we agreed that when dealing with this topic, we are going to be joining the two topics together, and then we see a question that can come during exam. So that is going to be the volume of the solid and the surface area of the solid in terms of the revision question. So again, I will be focusing on the KCSE questions. KCSE questions. And also the what? And the mocks. The mocks question. That's going to be my way of generation of this question. What do we see? What are the techniques are you supposed to be able to entail, or are you supposed to have when you're dealing with the question of this nature? So in my number one, or the objective of this lesson is for you to be able to connect that idea of getting the full marks when it comes to the question during the exam. So in my number one, I will continue from where we left yesterday, my previous lesson. And then you're going to see the pyramid that is generated from the first term that is generated from the pyramid. Because we agreed that the first term can be generated from a cone. So when it is full, that one is the cone. So when you cut it here, you remove it. Remove this top part, which is the smaller one. The bigger part, which is remaining, is the first term generated from the cone. Then the same again here, we are having a pyramid. You're having a pyramid of that nature. When you cut this pyramid, you cut the top part and then you remove it. The part that's going to remain there is the one that we are referring as the first term. So in our case, we are told that the figure below shows the solid first term of a pyramid with a square base, top of the side 8 centimeter, and then the square base of the 12 centimeter, and the slant edge of the first term is 9 centimeter. So in my diagram, as you can see in my slide, that's what we are told here. We are told that this is the top edge, which we are calling it is a square-based first term, meaning it was generated from a square-based pyramid. So that's why we are saying the top square is 8, 8. So here is 8 centimeter and then there is 8. Then you can see the bottom one, that is 12, and then that is 12. So in a nutshell, this is what we are saying. This one is 8, 8, then you have 12, and then again 12. So that is the pyramid that we are talking about. So it is the resemblance of this. Then with this technicality, we need to see what does the examiner need us to do. And in a question A, the examiner is telling us to find the surface area. The examiner is telling us to find the surface area. And remember, for you to find the surface area, we agree you should be in a position to identify the faces that are making your first term. So in this first term, how many faces can you be able to see? We have the top square, that is the first one, the bottom square, that is the first one, the second one. Then we have this one, the trapezium. You can see this one, a trapezium. And this trapezium, the four of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, are going to be the same because the base is a square and also the top is a square. The only problem they could not be the same is when the base is a rectangle. That's why you could have this trapezium not being the same. So in total, we have 6 faces. We have 6 faces. That is the top square. That's the top square. Then we have the bottom square. And then we have the what? Then we have the 4. We have the 4 trapezium. So in total, we have 6 faces. And because we have been told to find the surface area is the question number 1. Question number 1 is talking about finding the what? The first question is telling us that we find the total surface area of the first term. The total surface area of the first term. So what are you going to be able to do? So you're going to sum up the total area of each and every face. So Roman 1, you go to the top square, we are told here is 8. Here is 8 centimeter, and then here is 8 centimeter. So let me go back to that diagram. That is work it together. So you have the calculator there. That is the case. So we are told that is 8, 8. So 8 times 8 is going to be the area. It is given by side, multiplied by side. This one is going to give us what? This one is going to give us 8 multiplied by 8. Then this one will give us 64 centimeter squared. Then if that is the case, then again, we need to be able to come up with what? We need to be able to come up with Roman 2, the bottom square. This is a square of this nature. So here we are 12, here is 12 centimeter, and here again is 12 centimeter. So again side multiplied by side. And this 12 multiplied by 12, then is giving us 144 centimeter square. Okay? Then again we Roman grade. We have our trapezium, and all these trapezium are the same. So we have here is 8, the top, then the bottom, we have is 12 centimeter, then now we have this side. This side here. This nothing else is one we have been given is 9 centimeter. So you understand in the formula of finding the trapezium, and remember there are 4 of them, they look alike. You need to get this perpendicular height. You need to get this perpendicular height. So this one is 90. So if we separate here, we say here is 8 centimeter. We can be able to get this distance, and then this distance, by saying this one is going to be 12 minus 8, which is going to give us what? This is going to give us 4 centimeter. Then we divide by 2. Then this one is going to give us what? 2 centimeter. So you have here is 2 centimeter. Then again here is 2 centimeter. So that's at the end of the day, we can be able to get now our rectangular triangles of this nature. This way, we have 90, that way. So here is 9 centimeter, and then here you have how many? Here you have is 2 centimeter. Then this one is 90. So you need this one height. So using the Pythagoras theorem, our height is going to be given by square root of 9 squared minus 2 squared, which is going to give us what? From your calc, it's going to be 9 squared. Let me try format it. So you're going to have 9 squared minus 2 squared, then 77 square root of the answer. The distance is giving us 8.7, 8.77. This one is going to be 8.77 centimeters. That is our height, which is 8.77 centimeters. So you have that one is our height. What you need to be able to do is to apply the formula of one of the trapezium. One of the trapezium is going to be area of a trapezium is going to be a half. Then we have A plus B. Then we have multiplied by height. So these A and B are the parallel lines. So the area is going to be given by what? This one is a half. Then multiply, add our A, y is 12. Then plus our B, which is 8. Then multiply by our height, which is 8.77. So this one is going to give us area. It's going to be a half. Then multiply by 20. Then multiply by 8.77. So this one is going to be by 2.1 by 2.10. So our area is going to be 87.7 centimeters square. That is only for one of the trapezium. Remember we said we have how many? We have 4 of them. This one similar to this, and then similar to that. These one are 4 of them. We now come here. We say total. The total area is going to, the total area of the slanting edges is going to be 87.7 multiplied by 4. Then you have our total area. It's given by 87.7. That is 87.7 multiplied by 4. That one is giving us 350. 350.8 centimeters square. So once you are through with that, you need now to come up and then find the surface area. The surface area is going to be given by the addition of all the faces. So you have the top square that's going to be 64 plus 144, then plus now the 4 of them, which is 350.8. So in total, from your calc, that's what you're going to get. This one is going to be 64 plus 144, then plus 350.8. This one is giving us 558. 558.8 centimeters. That's how you're going to be awarded your 5 marks. So these marks are not given. These marks are awarded depending on the job that you're going to be working it out. So you need in a position to be able to pay the attention. Once you pay the attention, you try to do your analysis, and then you come up with the correct answer. So that's what we say. That for you to be able to find the service area, you need to be able to identify the phases that are making the given solid. Once you identify them, you sum up, and then after summing up is the time that you can be able to get your total service area. Then part B. When you come to the part B, what are they telling us? Again, you're given 5 marks. But this time, in this concept of the 5 marks, you are told to find the volume of the frustum. And we agree on the issue of the case of the volume of the frustum. We say, volume is given by Hawks. We say that the volume is going to be given by what is the volume of the frustum? The volume of the frustum is going to be given by the volume of the big pyramid. Going to be given by the volume of the big pyramid minus the volume of the small pyramid, as you are going to see in my next part of the video. So with that, I am done. Let's meet in the second part of the video. I'm out.